Hey everybody, it's Ryan Lilly, and today I want to talk to you about servant leadership. Servant leadership. Now, sometimes people hear leadership and they think that this only applies to people in business and people with employees, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. In reality, leadership can apply to a lot of different areas of our lives, and if you really kind of pay attention and hear me out on this, I think you'll see how you can use this concept to improve your relationship, your finances, all different kinds of areas. So, first of all, leadership is something I'm really interested in. I've always enjoyed reading about it. I actually minored in leadership in college. But at the same time, just like entrepreneurship, you can study something and read about it all day. But until you experience leadership in the real world, just like entrepreneurship, only then does it really begin to make sense. And are you really able to sharpen your skills at it? Now, there's lots of different leadership theories out there. I'm sure you've heard of some of those. There used to be a lot of buzzwords that went along with new trendy kinds of leadership. But my favorite, and again, the most interesting to me, has always been servant leadership. It was developed by a guy named Robert Greenleaf at a time when a lot of leadership theories were very top down. So you had the CEO at the top of the organization, the middle managers, the lower managers, and then they were ultimately serving the customers at the very bottom. What servant leadership is about is kind of turning that traditional hierarchy on its head, where you now have the CEO, the leader at the bottom, and that person is serving everyone above him or her. And so that's what it's about. Traditional leaders are very focused on their rank and their status and their position as a leader, whereas servant leaders really see it as an opportunity to serve those in their organization. Servant leaders are also growth and development oriented, whereas traditional leaders were more focused on just the output of their organizations. Traditional leaders are often the ones that are speaking, they're up there on that high podium. Servant leaders are really listeners. And we talked in a previous video just a few days ago about the importance of listening in every area of your life. A traditional leader, it was all about them. And really, this is the biggest differentiation. A servant leader sees everything as not about them, but about those that they are meant to serve. So that's sort of what servant leadership is in a nutshell. It's a leadership philosophy where the main goal is for the leader to serve those around them. I think this is kind of best exemplified for myself in the Christian faith. There's a scene where Jesus is washing the feet of his disciples in the Bible. And they're a little confused at first, like, why are you washing our feet? But that's a good example of servant leadership. There's other examples of that in business where you see a CEO sort of get their hands dirty. They're sweeping the floors of their companies and getting down on the front lines. Again, those are good visuals for servant leadership. So what does this have to do with the rest of your life? Maybe you're not a business owner. Maybe you don't even have employees. What does servant leadership mean for you? Well, really, it's an opportunity, again, to serve those around you. So let's take your relationships for an example. If you're in a relationship currently, again, maybe you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband or wife, every day ask yourself, how can I be of service to my spouse? What needs are they having? What needs exist in our personal life, and how can I serve them at a higher level? Also, ask in your career. If you don't own a business but you're working for someone, how can I serve my coworkers, my colleagues, those around me? How can I provide even better service to our customers? And really, at the end of the day, the most important kind of leadership, I think, is self-leadership. How are you leading yourself to make better decisions and lead a better life? And again, the idea behind servant leadership is that you do that by serving other people, not by focusing on yourself, but by serving other people are you then able to really develop yourself. There's a quote by Zig Ziglar that if you'll do for other people, that they will eventually do for you, that it'll come back to you. That's not the exact quote, but the concept there again is help other people, provide value, immense value, and ultimately that'll come back to you. So that's a little bit about servant leadership. Ask yourself today, who are you serving? Who do you need to serve? and how can service be a central part of your life and your mission and your goal to make the world a better place. Hopefully this has been a helpful tip for you. If so, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.